To our first story, new transport fares are likely to be determined today. The unionized transport operators are expected to resume negotiations with government after last week's meeting ended without a compromise. The transport operators are looking for between 10 to 15% hike, but government, on the other hand, believes that the 8% reduction in fuel prices should influence their proposals. The General Secretary of the Ghana Private Road Transport Union, Godfred Abubari, joins us via phone for this discussion. Godfred, we're so grateful that you joined us on the marketplace. The last time we engaged you, a meeting with the Transport Minister had ended without any agreement. What's the update currently?
Yeah, the issue is that we held a meeting last Wednesday, but we did not conclude. So at that meeting, we had the minister suggested we come back last Friday, but we also that Friday would have been a busy day for us. So we, the operators, suggested to the minister that we'll prepare tomorrow, Wednesday, as the final day for us to conclude. Because we know every Monday is a busy day for every office holder. So we rescheduled tomorrow, Wednesday, do the final discussions, and then to come up with a lot of margin that we have to increase.
I get it, but do you still hold your ground for the 10 to 15% hike? Because transport consultant Cecil Gabra is also pushing for GPRTUs, urgent GPRTU yourself to consider a 5% increase.
Yes, that day, the Minister for Transport said something very significant. He said that whereas we are trying to get a higher margin for our members, we should also be mindful of the traveling public who are our customers. They put us in business. If the margin is beyond what they can afford, then the tendency is that to reduce the passenger turnout and to affect our business. So whatever action we are going to do, it rests in our hands to put us in business or reduce ourselves in the current situation. So we are mindful of what he said. So we are still going to do further negotiations. But this time around, we'll be looking at that, what margin will please our members, and then to please our customers who will be coming to us.
Well, I believe you've already engaged your members and your customers regarding the margin in question here. Could you help us understand what exactly, in terms of hinting, that we should be expecting us at the end of this meeting? Because I know you're entering into negotiations with specific grounds of margin.
You know, this coming tomorrow meeting would be either the third or the fourth meeting we held with the Transport Minister. And I can get you informed that the situations on which we're always going have not always been the same. We started from somewhere, and we're asking for a lot of increments based on certain increments on the DVLA fees and then insurance and then the spare parts. All of a sudden, the budget proposal came. So we had to put a hold, and then we said that we were going to wait for the approval of the budget. That was done. I went forward again for another negotiation. And then we were told that the fuel per what the budget had estimated might even go higher by May 1st. So agreed, we had to put on hold to get actually the facts, which in another fact actually came out as a 7% increment. So we went back again. And within the 2 or 3 days, you all witnessed that it was reduced again to 9% instead of the 7%. So the unstable situation of this fuel matter is making us to push so hard to get it done. And when we go tomorrow and then we agree, and within the next 5 days, the fuel margin goes back to the 70%. What have we done? We might not achieve the actual margin to compensate the actual running costs that we're asking for. So the truth is that we'll go tomorrow. At the margin by which we're asking for between 20% or whatever, generally per the reduction, no, we will not be asking for so much as that again.
Well, so what happens if your concerns are not met tomorrow? Because you're going to be meeting the energy minister, the transport minister tomorrow to iron out all these issues. What happens if you do not reach a conclusion tomorrow?
Well, see, the situation is that our members are agitated and they're not happy with the current situation. And then we were thinking that from the previous ask before we got to this stage, there was a formula called the automatic adjustment, which was being applied. So when we go there tomorrow and then we still don't get the decision concluded tomorrow, then we come back and take another decision before we go back to them.
Which particular decision could that be?
We will suggest to them as to whether if we could roll out back to the automatic adjustment system.
In the meantime, there are concerns that some taxi drivers are going on with their own reviewed rates. They attest to the fact that fuel prices have increased, so they cannot keep, running their business the old way. How is GPRTU, has this come to your notice, first of all, and how are you dealing with this?
I think that information has gotten to us. But we are saying that you and I know that there are so many floating vehicle owners who are going around doing their business would have been assisted to any transport organization in Ghana. And then there are others who have formed themselves into transport groups. And then they even speak louder than us and advocating for even about 40% lower fare increment, which is not even realistic anyway. But we think that our actions are going to be felt by almost every traveling public in Ghana. That's why we are a bit cautious.
Godfrey, we're so grateful that you joined us. He's General Secretary for the GPRTU, helping us understand an impending meeting, actually, that will be held between the GPRTU as well as the Transport Ministry tomorrow at 10 a.m. We shall keep our eye on this to give you updates, especially when it will have an impact on your spending capacity moving forward when it comes to transport.